Hello, and welcome back to Mindfully Rich Podcast, your weekly look at life and finances with a twist where we talk about improving your overall relationship with money and building better financial habits. On each episode, I'll discuss real life situations and give y'all practical advice. The point of this podcast is to help you stay in your financial lane so you won't end up broke. I'm your creator and host, RichE. Now, let's jump into today's conversation. What's up, y'all? We back for another episode, and OMG, I got so much stuff to tell y'all about today, but gotta start off with gratitude. Thanking y'all so much for listening, all of the support, all of the shares. Y'all are the reason why I continue to do this. Come to y'all each and every week, dropping all these gems, trying to educate you, give you new perspective, all of the things, okay? So thank y'all so much because y'all are the reason why I'm here. And also, just got to give a shout out. Of course, all my day ones, y'all are always in my heart. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are the ones who keep this podcast solid. Y'all the reason why sometimes I don't even have to advertise because the thing just gonna keep going because y'all already know. Y'all hold me down, okay? I appreciate that. But let me introduce y'all to the new listeners. OMG. Y'all, this weekend was bananas. It was super crazy. And I got to tell y'all what happened, okay? We're going to jump into the episode, but I got to tell y'all what happened this weekend. So if you're not following me, go ahead and check me out at mindfully_rich_podcast on IG. That's my social media platform of choice for the podcast. But on my personal page, I think it was last Monday. Yeah, last Monday, I decided that I was going to start posting financial blessing prayers, right? So I go by the hood evangelist with my friends already, okay? And so we pray all the time. Anything happens, we praying over it, no matter what the situation is, okay? And so because my brand is financial, I was like, what y'all think about me putting financial blessing prayers out there? Because there's people out there that's praying for everything on the internet, okay? And they got y'all, okay? For all the other stuff, it's other people out there on the internet that's praying. They got y'all for that. But I wanted to focus on those financial blessings because those of y'all who done been with me since the podcast began, y'all know I've told you my story 6 years ago, going through a rough time when I went through my divorce, y'all. Robbing Peter to pay Paul, okay? My cousin TJ, who I love to this day, okay? He was the one that would pray with me sometimes daily to get me through because I had the work. So I was working, but I didn't have anyone to pray with me. And he did that with me for, I'm going to say, at least 2-3 years straight. Okay? Solid, straight, y'all. Okay? And I truly believe that that was the cherry on top that I needed along with my works so that I can get out of the situation that I was in. So that was the reason why I decided to start having a financial blessing prayer. And so I posted it last Monday, super scared because y'all know how y'all is on the internet, okay? You know, people judgmental, people don't be liking stuff. You know, it's just a thing, okay? And so when I posted it, it didn't do that well on my page, but it was cool because I heard from God. I had to talk to God first to see, all right, is this something that I should do? Because, you know, I'm really putting myself out there. All right. I'm a Christian, but I'm not the most holy of holy. Okay. I ain't the best prayer. Okay. Because I'm pretty sure there's somebody that knows the word way better than me that can pray me down. Okay. And so I do know that my prayers have had anointing. And so God spoke to me and said, no matter what you thinking right now, go ahead and still put the thing out there. And so I posted it. It didn't do good on my page, right? I had more people who saved the video than liked it. Real talk, I think the reel itself only got like maybe 200 and something views. And it probably was like 20 something people who had liked it, but I also had like 30 something people who had saved it. So I was like, okay, more people saving it than liking it. So somebody listening to it, somebody want it, right? And so I just let it sit there. But God, let me tell you what, divine connections. If y'all ain't never prayed for divine connections in your life, you need to do that. Okay, so one of my good friends China Lovelace, who has been on the show and chatted up with me, and she's also in my friend circle. She's the reason why my post was shared on the Shade Room this Saturday. And baby, let me tell you what. Woo! Okay. God was moving. Okay. Currently, the video on the Shade Room has over 1 million views and it's almost at 10,000 comments. Like, I was so blown away. And baby, let me tell you what, I went through all of these comments and can probably count on my hand how many negative ones it was. I probably saw like maybe 2 or 3, if that. But for the majority of them, it was just amazing. I said that couldn't be nothing but God. But it taught me a whole bunch of lessons. Okay, because I had to step out on faith to even put the video out there. Even when the video wasn't doing good on my page, my goal was for people to hear it and for people to feel it. The people who needed it, I wanted it to be in their lives. I wanted it to be something that they were able to hear. Okay. And so it being shared on TSR, I was like, now millions of people got a chance to hear it. And I know it did what it was supposed to do because I know that I was moving and operating under what God told me to do. So I just wanted to tell y'all about that because I'm super geeked. And so if you're not following my podcast page, I'm at Mindfully Rich. No, at mindfully_rich_podcast on IG. That is my social media platform of choice. Go ahead, follow the podcast page because there I am going to be posting my financial blessing prayers every Monday. So the first one that I did is on my personal page. So at Mindfully Rich is where the first one is at. But today, because y'all listening today, the prayer will be up and ready for y'all to listen to. Okay, so y'all make sure y'all listen to it, you share it, all of the things. Okay, I want y'all to do the same thing that y'all was doing on TSR. I want that on my page. Okay, I need that same energy on my page. Okay, and so I'm going to go ahead and stop talking. I just had to tell y'all about the blessings that have been coming into my life. Okay, price goings up. Had to tell y'all about that before we jump into the episode. And so this month, the month of August, I am talking about money and relationships. And if you didn't check out last week's episodes where I gave 5 questions that you should ask on your third date, it was good. So if you didn't hear that one, make sure after this episode, you go ahead and check that one out. Got a lot of feedback on that one. Everybody was loving the questions. So many people shared that video and also saved those questions. I put that one on my TikTok page and on the IG page, and it did great. Okay. I don't have nothing to say about that one. Y'all really liked it. And so I'm coming up with a game where I'm going to have dating questions on there just because I truly believe that when you're dating and you're asking questions regarding money, they shouldn't be so direct. They shouldn't be invasive, like how much money you make. You know, they shouldn't be like that. Like, they should be more fun. They should be more discovery type questions. So make sure if you didn't check out last week's episode, go ahead and check it out after today. And wanted to tell y'all one of the reasons why I'm focusing on talking about money and relationships is because I know y'all probably grew up like me, where you had a grandma or you had somebody in your life that said money isn't everything. Now, of course, you shouldn't worship money, right? I'm not telling anybody to love nor worship money. But this is the thing, and this is the real, okay? Every single thing that we do in this life costs. Everything has a cost. And if we don't have money to pay for those costs, we out. Okay, we ain't got it. We're not going to be able to do the things that we need to do, nor do the things that we want to do. So money is a thing. All right. So if anybody ever tell you otherwise, okay, whatever house you living in right now, somebody paying something on it. Whatever food you eating, whatever transportation you driving, whatever clothes you wearing, every single thing has a price. That's the reason why I talk about money, because I know that it's important, and it's definitely important in relationships, because a lot of relationships, they break up because they can't agree on money. So I wanted to be that person that brought to the table the topic of money and relationships. So to give you some information and some tips to help you so that you could bring these conversations up with your significant others, with your dates, whomever it is you're having these conversations with. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and jump into today's mindful money moment. All right? And for all of my new listeners, what I do for the what I do, child, I'm getting, it's a tongue twister. What I do for the mindful money moment is I used to have a music title inspiration. And so every so often today, I happen to have one. Okay. But I will have a music title inspiration for the topic at hand. And so the music inspiration comes from my boy Rocko, his song Going Steady. And this is the 3 reasons why you should be financially solid before going steady in dating. All right. That's a good title, right? Okay. I like me some long titles. So whether y'all like it or not, I love it. Okay. So let's go ahead and get to these reasons. All right. The first reason why you should be financially solid before you start going steady, all right, is because dates are expensive. Dates can be expensive. Now, there are lots of dates that you can go on that don't cost money. But at some point in time, them dates gonna start costing you some money. Now, I be looking at the social medias and I be seeing people going on dates out of the country. They be meeting up in all type of places. And I'm like, yo, I don't know if my money's set up like that for a date. Okay, I don't know. I'm the type of girl that, we're going to go to the park. I want to do an active date. I just saw Meg the Stallion. She was at one of those jumpy places. I'm one of those type of people, okay? $20 or less type of date, okay? Because first we trying to see if we want to even be together. I don't know if I want to just be spending money. And when it comes down to dating, somebody's going to be paying, okay? And of course, because egos can get involved, nobody wants to look cheap, especially men. I don't know what it is. Men just don't like to look cheap. All right. And so when you going on those dates, men, women, whomever it is that you're dating, you want to be able to be in a position where you're able to, if you want to purchase something for that other person, you be able to do that without you stressing out, which goes into reason number 2. You need to have your finances in order so you're not stressed out on how much money you're spending, which goes back to budgeting. You should have a dating budget, but that's going to be a whole nother episode, okay? But you don't want to stress out on the money that you're spending on dates. If that person calls you up and says, hey, let's go-karting, or let's go to an expensive restaurant, let's go to XYZ place, and you worried about the money, you stressing out over it. Okay, you shouldn't have to do that. That's the reason why you should have your duckies together. My mama used to call money duckies, and let me tell you what, I love it. Okay, it's one of my favorite terms. Okay, so you should have your money in order. Okay, because like I said, you want to be able to afford being able to date someone, and if you want to pay for that date for that person, no matter who's paying. Okay, because I'm not assigning roles at this point of who should do what. You just want to be able to do the things that you want to do without you having to ask them for money or look a certain type of way because of how your ego is set up. Okay? That's my reason for that. All right? And our last reason that you should have your finances in order before you start going steady is it helps you to make better decisions. Okay? Decision making is a skill, and I don't think too many people know that, right? When you broke, you make broke decisions, all right? But when you together, when you feel stable, when you in a solid position, you're able to make better decisions, all right? So having your finances together before you're starting to make a decision of spending your life with someone. Because remember, we talking about going steady. I'm not talking about y'all that's Netflixing and chilling, or them people who just going out because y'all looking for another, scenario to happen later. I'm talking about the people who are looking for people. You are dating intentionally and you are dating to go steady with someone because you're looking for that person to turn into your person. All right. And you want to be able to make good decisions. And when you broke, because I didn't been broke. That's the reason why I know how to speak from the broke book. Okay. When you done been there, you know how to speak from that book, okay? And you want to be able to make the best decisions that you need to make, especially when it comes to choosing that person, but how y'all are going to go out. Those decisions are going to have to be made. And when you don't have no money, you making decisions that may not be all that sound, all right? And so the 3 reasons why you should be financially sound, be financially stable, be financially solid before you start going steady. There you have it, y'all. Very quick episode today because I did a long one last week. Just wanted to get on in, get on out. All right. Remember, in the month of August, I'm focused on money and relationships. We're going to get into some deeper topics coming up. Like I said, if I have something else that I decide I want to talk about, it's going to be like a bonus episode. But money and relationships are going to be the theme for August. I'm trying to stick to a theme because I got ADD really bad, y'all. Okay, this is the first time I'm actually sticking to something that I said. All right. And so once again, want to thank all of y'all for listening. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe to whatever streaming platform you're listening on. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast. Make sure that you rate the podcast, especially for all of my Apple podcast listeners. Make sure y'all go on there, write a review, do a rating, all of the good stuff. Good ratings, okay? Don't play around with me, okay? So I just would like to say thank y'all so much. Appreciate y'all support. Thank y'all so much for listening. For those of y'all who would like to support the podcast, because support is always, church donations, all of those things are always welcome. Check out my Cash App. It should be listed in the description. Also, for those of you who would like to sponsor the Mindful Money segment, or if you would like to brand with me or sponsorships, any of those things, make sure y'all send me an email I'm thinking about Instagram. My email is mindfullyrich@gmail.com. That's where you can reach me. Okay. And so I am hoping that this information has been beneficial to y'all and it's something that can help you in your everyday life. And so I want y'all to make sure you live life mindfully, intentionally, and on purpose. And until next time, when I hit y'all with another one.